This is video number 574, Shondaland Fan-club, video number 1. Sister and family, love, restoration and forgiveness made easy. I see series and certain movies as masterpieces. They are currently the Mona Lisa pieces of our kind of generation. I see producers and writers of certain series and movies like the Picassos, like the Vincis of our generation. One of my favorite writer and producer is Shonda Rhimes, creator of Grey's Anatomy, among many, but Grey's is my favorite of her brainchildren. I find so much healing and restoration in some of her episodes. Recently I watched the Good Sheppard, where the episode, spoiler alert, where the episode ends with Amelia having a deep, profound container full of healing and restoration conversation with her mother, bringing so much needed healing and comfort. What if we can pray for this reconciliation conversation for every strained relationship that we have in our life? Jesus commanded us to forgive each other, but He is also the God that makes things for us easier. The fishing were easier after Jesus entered the sea. He is also the God that makes things nice or pleasant, like a chocolate brownie. He did not only want to turn the water into wine, but He also made the wine tasting good. So can we be cheeky? Can we be bold enough to ask for conversations like this to make the forgiving easier and more pleasant? This is my prayer for you and me. May God give us the happily ever after for every unpleasant incident we've ever had in our life. Is this not what the promise means in Romans 8 verse 28? That He will give us the happily ever after for every dark storm in our lives? Meredith also speaks in between the scene as the voice from above, as the wise counsel. She is the narrator. Her words is also so deep and profound, like a submarine. We cannot help but Selah, stop and pause and meditate on these golden nuggets she is producing. She says almost all human cells reproduce on a cycle. Up to 10% of your heart is replaced each year. Red blood cells are replaced every 4 months, skin cells every 2 weeks. But neurons, the cells that make up the brain and the spinal cord, don't regenerate. It turns out that under the right circumstances, neurons can recover. If they can break the normal operations and focus on healing, they have a chance at regrowth. It is human nature to want to fix what's broken. We may not be able to do exactly replicate what we lost, but in its place will grow something new. It is a long process, but it happens, slowly but surely, until we have what we need. May we have this miracle too on every arena of our life. The things that we've lost in the fire, may God allow us to grow something new. He is the God of new. This is one of my words for this year. New, or actually renewal. For all the broken and missing pieces I've lost in the fire, may He too renew and restore all these broken and missing parts for us.
What happened with Owen?
It just didn't work out. Do you think I sabotage relationships? I don't know how to love. Well, that answers that.
I remember when you were learning to ride a bike, Derek and your sisters were zipping all over the neighborhood and you were desperate to join them. And so you pulled that old purple bike out of the shed, you know, the one with the streamers hanging off the handlebars.
Those things were all ripped out by the time that bike was mine.
And you refused to use training wheels because you said that was for babies, and you wouldn't let me help either. I had to spy on you from the kitchen window. You don't know how hard that was, watching you fall over and over again. My other kids didn't like to fail, but you.
Okay, yeah, Mom, I get it.
One time you took this big spill and you ripped open your pants, and by the time I ran out, you had pulled that old ratty bike up and you were halfway down the block. Every time you fell down, you got up and came back stronger. But not that you didn't care about falling, but just you weren't afraid of it. And that's what made you, what makes you, out of all the kids, the most like your father. After he died, it was hard to be around anything that reminded me of him. And Derek said he'd watch out for you, and he did his best, but he wasn't your mother. You deserved a mother. But he offered, and I let him. And it is my biggest regret.
It turns out that under the right conditions, neurons can recover.
I took in a drug addict, Betty, Leo's birth mom. 15, so of course she already knew everything. Parenting her was the hardest thing I've ever done. And I'm pretty sure she was a tenth the trouble that I was. I put you through a lot. I know it wasn't easy.
Sorry I missed your wedding. Sorry I missed your brain tumor. I'm sorry things don't go better with your sisters.
It's fine. Not everyone's close to their siblings.
If they can break from normal operations and focus on healing, they have a chance at regrowth.
If you don't think you're worthy of love, if you don't think your love is valuable, you're wrong. And that's on me.
Mom, I don't blame you for...
Oh, I know. But when you most needed help trying to make sense of life or loss or love, I wasn't there. So put that on me and move forward.
What if I can't?
It's human nature to want to fix what's broken.
Well, then that's on you.